So this weekend I was with my family, and it struck me that life is so different now. Right? My son, he's playing on the iPhone. My dad, he was playing on the computer. He's researching his stocks. My mom, she's like watching movies from India, streamed over the internet. And my wife was speaking to a friend of hers who was in Dubai. She's talking about voice over IP through a friend whom she just discovered over Facebook. I mean, technology has completely permeated our lives, right? And today, Mr. Toastmaster and hello Toastmasters and welcome guests. I want to speak about how change has really touched our lives and how different life has become from where it used to be. So, I just can't think of this, but if I go back 2 generations, right, like I just go back to my parents' generation, life was so different. He grew up in a village, there was no electricity. People would get up with the sun and then go to sleep at sunset, right? There was probably one movie that would come in 6 months, that would also come in an open air theater, and they would all go, I believe, on one side of the screen, the men would sit, on the other side, the ladies would sit, and those were the days. And now you have a choice of 300 channels through which you can like probably look at 20 movies at any point of time. So it's amazing. I mean, the world has completely changed around us, and it's so much different, it's so much better. Right? At that point of time, we used to have all kinds of diseases. There were no air conditioners, no heaters. You're completely at the mercy of nature. And now, I think we are completely shielded from nature. And so, it's different, right? And while we have so much of change going on, right, I don't think like all this change is good. I see that everyone is working so much more harder these days. You're completely connected. You've got the BlackBerry, you've got the iPhones, and people are working like in a truly global teams. And so you're on all the time. And so you're working pretty much almost 24/7. And I don't think that's quite good. In terms of communications, the whole world actually has become one giant place. And there's no difference between people here versus Asia versus Europe. And so I think increasingly we are having to compete for our jobs across all the countries, right? And we've got to find ways by which we make ourselves relevant in this whole process. So it's definitely means a lot of things, and it has changed on us. And I think we really have to figure out as to where do we draw our line and what is the change that we want to make. This reminds me of something my dad said to me. He said that we are moving from a generation that actually enjoyed the rain by getting wet in the rain. Then we went on to a generation which actually enjoyed the rain by like watching through the comforts of a car and looking through the windows. And now I think we are coming to a generation where it's raining outside and our kids are completely immersed in the Game Boys. Right? So I think we have to think as to what do we want to do with the change, where do we want to draw the line. And I feel that the change is good, but we want to make the change deliberate. And we don't want change for the sake of change. We want the change that works for us. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.